Welcome back, everybody, to Altcoin Daily. My name is Aaron. Let's go over 6 altcoin projects that you probably know about, but they're probably not on your radar at this moment, but they need to be on your radar at this moment because these 6 crypto coins actually have just had major successes or have major successes coming up probably. If you're involved in cryptocurrency, these are 6 coins you need to know about this week. Of course, subscribe to our channel. We keep you informed on crypto on a daily basis, a video every day, interviews, information, perspective, opinion. This is why you subscribe. So let's get to the 6 altcoin projects. Let's start here. XRP. We don't talk about Ripple's XRP enough on this channel. Sometimes I'm not so bullish, sometimes I'm more bullish. Today, this week, over the next couple weeks, I'm getting kind of bullish for a couple different reasons. Number one, XRP is seeing notable whale activity as well as high optimism. This is going through the weekend, starting in Friday's closing trading hours. We've picked up a spike of $100,000 plus XRP transactions that hasn't been equaled since May 13th. Additionally, sentiment is at its highest since April. So the XRP network has just hit its largest amount of whale transactions in over 3 months, with the sentiment high as well. The question is, why is this? Why is sentiment and activity so high for XRP right now? Perhaps it's because the SEC XRP lawsuit is getting closer and closer to being finished, and it'll probably turn out okay to pretty good for Ripple. Even Brian Brooks, former Coinbase, former comptroller of currency for the United States of America, is predicting a settlement for the XRP lawsuit. Listen to this.
Brian, speaking of Ripple, you worked at Coinbase. You worked in the government, albeit for under a year. So tell us, is XRP a security, yes or no?
Well, these are complicated questions and matters of pending litigation, so who can say? But here's what I would tell you, though, which I think is the most important issue about XRP, and that is there is a difference, okay? There's a difference between the way in which an asset is distributed and the nature of the asset at a given moment in time. And I think the issue in Ripple that gets lost in all of the discussion is whatever happened in the original distribution of XRP tokens, 10 years ago, and whether that was or wasn't an unregistered securities offering, that's what the courts will decide. That's a different question from whether XRP today is a security. And the SEC itself has said that assets can change their nature over time as they achieve utility and as they achieve decentralization. So if I had to make a prediction, I'll just make a quick prediction, and that is that there is a settlement to be done here somewhere. And the settlement has to do with the distribution of the tokens so that existing token holders can continue to trade them and find value in them the way that they do.
Former comptroller of currency says Ripple and the SEC will settle to enable investors to continue trading and holding XRP. Brooks speculates that both Ripple and the SEC will reach a settlement. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Next coin making our list is seeing bullish metrics. Daily gas usage hits another all-time high this week. Come for the transaction speed, stay for the reliability. Which altcoin are we talking about? Of course, we're talking about alternative layer 1, AVAX, Avalanche. The question is, what exactly is the Avalanche network and what does it do? Grayscale recently had on Avalanche leadership to talk about this at their summit. AVAX is a part of one of Grayscale's funds. What exactly is Avalanche? What does it do? Listen to this.
What exactly is the Avalanche network and what does it do? Can you guys explain it to me like I am a 5-year-old?
In terms of explaining Avalanche to a 5-year-old, I think, Ray, I saw a previous webinar that you did where you guys likened blockchains to highways, but we like to actually think of blockchains as cities. So not to mess up or confuse the metaphor, but bear with me. I would say, like cities, blockchains have a limited amount of real estate and generally have larger demand from people that want to live there or use them. So 2 things tend to happen. The first is that the city becomes more congested because more people end up crammed into the same place. And the second thing is that therefore the price of real estate goes up. And so it makes costs more expensive. So this is exactly what happens to blockchains as more people use them. In other words, there's a limited amount of block space that more and more people try to cram transactions into as they use them. And because of this congestion, the network tends to either slow down and gas fees go up. So if a city or a blockchain isn't structured properly, things can obviously go wrong. So for example, if a city decides to keep real estate prices artificially low despite market demand, they can cause the city to shut down from a surge in congestion. The same thing can happen, and actually we've seen happen on other blockchains. So to manage this, we have two scaling solutions. The first is more of a Band-Aid solution, which is vertical scaling with skyscrapers or layer twos. This offers more space for people to live within the same limited space of the city, but it ultimately doesn't solve the congestion problem. The second solution is horizontal scaling, which means spinning up more cities or blockchains. And this horizontal scaling solution is what we think Avalanche achieves with subnets, which I'm sure we'll discuss throughout this webinar.
Next coin making our list is Cardano's ADA. Cardano is receiving more media attention as of late, a lot of good media attention, a lot of bad media attention, and that's because Cardano is becoming more and more legitimate, expanding and integrating and developing at a greater rate, and many people are excited about it, many people are scared of its success. Either way, this is the big update coming for Cardano, getting closer and closer. Cardano Vassal Update. Multiple stake pool operators have done a variety of tests/verifications of the latest Cardano node 1.35.3, with everyone reporting back error-free. Now it's time for all stake pool operators to upgrade. Once 75% of the network is on 1.35.3, we go for Vassal. Are you excited about this? Let me know in the comments below. Next coin making our list, the price is down, but the integrations, the development, could not be any higher, I could argue. 350 plus projects across Avalanche, Ethereum, Phantom, and Polygon are using Chainlink's VRF, verifiable random function, as a source of provably fair randomness for NFTs, gaming dApps, and more. Start using the industry standard trust minimized randomness service in your project today. And I will remind you, this isn't on tons of people's radars yet, but Chainlink has a big developmental upgrade coming. We're talking about staking. You probably missed this with all the merge hype, but Chainlink 2.0 featuring staking is coming soon. This is a full economic overhaul of the Chainlink ecosystem, delivering better security guarantees and better tokenomics. So Chainlink makes our list. Now, that Chainlink bull just referred to the Ethereum merge, with Ethereum's merge taking all the air out of the room, saying it's not just about that, and I agree with that. However, the Ethereum merge is one of the biggest things to ever happen to cryptocurrency, and it's bigger because Ethereum does have so much mindshare, so much developers. It is one of the biggest projects in the space, the biggest besides Bitcoin, and bigger or less big depending on how you measure it. The point is, Ethereum is transitioning to merge coming up. This is a huge narrative alone from the narrative of will Ethereum scale, and this is a big step towards that. Just like in 1997, they said, will the internet scale? 2022, will Ethereum scale? Well, spoiler alert, Ethereum is scaling and there's nothing anyone can do to stop it. Proof, 153,000 Ethereum has been added to ETH 2.0 as investors anticipate the merger. The total ETH locked in the ETH 2.0 deposit contract has reached 13.34 million. This is people putting trust and confidence in the network by actually putting their ETH in the network. With the mainnet merge approaching, the amount of ETH locked in ETH 2.0 staking contract has reached a new all-time high. The total number of Ethereum deposited in ETH 2.0 staking contract reached a new all-time high of 13.34 million ETH. According to the latest study, the assets were worth 21.3 billion at the time of writing. We talk about Ethereum all the time. Yes, it's one of the biggest projects, but don't count it out. There's so many big players signaling we're on the ETH train. We're going to be on the ETH train for a while. Gemini offers staking in lead up to the Ethereum merge. Gemini will initially support staking of Matic, ETH Layer 2, followed by ETH itself, and actually Solana, DOT, and Audio. Speaking of the big players that you should not be counting out, I'd be remiss if we did not mention Bitcoin, guys. Hash ribbon buy signal for Bitcoin. The Bitcoin miner capitulation has officially ended today, making it the third longest capitulation in Bitcoin history at 71 days. This capitulation zone was longer than 2021 and just 2 days shorter than 2018's, where the price touched 3.1K. If history is any indication, now is a great time to buy Bitcoin. And if history is any indication, holding Bitcoin for the long term is a smart, safe play. Not to mention that Bitcoin is reaching mainstream adoption in different ways on a daily basis. The Bitcoin symbol has been added to the list of currencies supported by Microsoft XL. You'll love to see it. It is interesting, though, to take a look at Bitcoin versus crypto this bear market versus any other bear market. Bitcoin dominance being this low at this point in time in the market cycle is so interesting. We are closer to 2017 top dominance than we are closer to 2018's bottom dominance. This market is changing in a big way. Bitcoin dominance at 41% in a bear? Like what? So one of the takeaways that I take away from this is do not count altcoins out just because we're in a bear. So let's continue talking about them. We mentioned Solana talking about Gemini throwing their support for certain cryptocurrencies. Well, Solana is very much in the game and continues growing in a bear market. This is literally what I want to see as a cryptocurrency investor. Bybit report claims Solana had strong network growth in Q2 on the back of GameFi and DAOs, according to a 32-page report. You're welcome to read it yourself, issued by Bybit. The Solana ecosystem saw strong growth in the second quarter of 2022 due to the strong performance of GameFi and DAOs. There was an increase in DAO activity, continued volatility in DeFi markets, strong interactions with GameFi. There was a decline in DeFi market share during this quarter, but overall, yes, there were some problems, but overall, there were a lot of positives for Solana. Daily active programs and the number of validators are steadily increasing, as shown below for Solana. The number of active users interacting with NFTs on Solana is also healthy compared to OpenSea. The number of transactions on Magic Eden is also over 5 times greater than OpenSea, although the value of the transactions is similar across both ecosystems. There has been an increase in DAO activity, as the report argued that Solana has been catching up with Ethereum with its number of DAOs. So even though we're in a bear market, there's a lot of reason to see that Solana adoption is growing. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Those were the specific altcoins that I wanted to bring to your attention in this video. Smash the like button if you got value. Let me know below which cryptocurrencies you want us to cover going forward. I'll talk about any cryptocurrency you want. What Shiba Inu, what Lido, what Hex, what do you want us to talk about? Let us know in the comments below. My name is Aaron at Altcoin Daily. Subscribe to the channel. We drop a video every day. See you tomorrow.